welcome to the first audio log, Loot Drop. I'm Bryce, and I'm joined here with Ron. Say hi to the internet, Ron.
Hello.
Okay, so today,
That would be watching
greeting.
this probably. I don't know how many followers.
I don't think we have any followers.
I think we have like, what, 6?
Maybe. Anyway, welcome to the very first episode of audio log. Today, we wanted to hit on some topics and talk about what was it? Wanted to talk about DLC and the market's new dependence on sequels and generic reboots and all that nonsense. So, and also me and Ron, we did a little thing where each of us picked our favorite game ever, and we each played each other's favorite game ever. So, Ron, yeah, what was yours?
I picked Half-Life 2 just because the innovation at the time, it had a great physics engine. The story was great, and, it still holds up among the games that come out today, gameplay-wise. So.
Okay. Well, I actually started playing this. I still haven't beaten it yet because I've been working a lot. But I've played through it. I actually found the engine quite frustrating. It's like I've tried to get through a door. It's rather impossible for me because I don't know if it's me or I don't know. But I don't know. It just seems kind of like any other shooter to me. But then again, I've only gotten through about halfway, and I haven't played the first one because your game was Half-Life 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So I haven't played Half-Life 1 yet. So maybe that's where I'm missing. But I don't know. It's okay. I think it's okay. Maybe not best game ever. But maybe I won't
What
bash
you
it.
have to bear in mind is at the time, this was all innovation. Like, a lot of this was brand new at the time. I don't know what you thought was so frustrating about it, the physics engine-wise.
No, it's like aiming's really hard and the barrels they just get in your way and they're really hard to like hop over. So you really have to like just so you could be getting shot at in the middle and trying to get through a doorway and there's these barrels and you have to go and switch your weapon and like pick them up or like break them or whatever. And it's just a lot for me anyway. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't bash on your game too hard before I get your opinion on my game.
I know.
My game
That's my whole
was
childhood.
my game was Okami. It's an old PlayStation 2 game. It you basically play this like spring goddess Okami Amaterasu or whatever, and you basically play this wolf, and it's done in this really stylistic Japanese woodcut type of art style, and the gameplay is really fluid. There's a lot of great characterization, and the story is really great. Even the battle sequences are fun, and I just think it's a lot of fun. Great pacing. But let me hear your opinion on it.
Well, I gotta disagree with you on the pacing. I mean, once the story actually gets going, it's fine, but it takes like 10 hours or whatever for you to actually start the main sequence.
Well, that can be said for like pretty much any Japanese game, be it Final
Yeah,
Fantasy or whatever,
yeah,
or
right. Which
Yakuza.
I don't mind a long linear plot. It's just I want to get into it a little bit without having to go through like 10 text of dialogue first.
Okay, I guess I can understand. I kind of figured you'd have that problem with it because there is
The
a lot
art
of
is great
text.
actually.
There's a lot of conversation and stuff to establish the
Yeah,
story. But I don't know.
I just thought they could have used the gameplay to tell the story too, not just
Yeah, mechanics.
here.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of games. A problem with a lot of games is they don't utilize the mechanics to tell the story as much as they should. They usually try to base it all off on cutscenes and dialogue options, which is fine and all, but it's you just need a little more substance when it comes to a game. But what would you rate Okami?
I get it, eh? And it's a great game. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fine. The art, I didn't like the art at first, but it grows on you after a while.
Mhm.
And despite it going kind of slow at times, it was just different and a refreshing look on games like that.
I of course give it an A plus because it's my favorite game ever. So, but as for Half Life, I give Half Life Two rather. I give that a B. I give that a B. But
Why?
maybe I'll give it a
Why?
different grade once I finished it.
Yeah. When you say halfway, it's ironic given the title, but
I'm actually to dog, that giant robot thing, and we're practicing fetching. You know what I'm talking
you're
about?
just getting the gravity.
Yeah, I just got the gravity gun.
Oh, that's gonna be sweet when you play
Yeah,
with that.
I was, I was kind of waiting for that because I knew there was a gravity gun, and all I'd used since then was the stupid crowbar and the fucking pistol. I can't stand that shit. But
I'll grant you. I mean, if you're not used to playing on your computer, there's a little bit of a learning curve with the controls.
yeah, I'm more of a console guy, and you know that. So I'm like kind of stumbling
Yeah.
with the controls, trying to get all my fingers in the right place. Um, but yeah, let's move on to let's talk about kind of where gaming has been going, like these. Well, since E3 anyway, like a lot of the stuff we saw at E3 was kind of a precursor to what we expect in the coming months and the first quarter of next year. And I have to say it's kind of disappointing. Let me get your opinion.
Yeah, incredibly disappointing.
Well, I mean, there's just
I
a lot of games out there that you
well,
just
I
see a
mean,
lot of
you
sequels.
can tell by my past couple comments there.
It's just that there's a lot of sequels coming out. We got things like Black Ops 2. Oh,
Yeah, sequels.
it's well,
Nobody keeps.
it's getting ridiculous at this point. Like it's Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Black Ops 2. I mean, that's just there's no need for that. And just sequel after sequel, a lot of motion controls. I'm noticing a high push on Connect.
Sequel, I think. Yeah, motion controls are getting annoying. Like, just they spend so much. I think the developers spend so much money on it that they're just trying to shove it down our throat at this point in time,
Definitely,
so they don't take a loss.
I think they're just going down with the ship. I mean, because no one really likes Connect. I, I could say that freely. No one I know really likes Connect. And no one really likes the move. It's just it's just bullshit. It's basically the uncanny valley of motion, like of motion controls, or where we hope to be with motion controls. Now, it's frustrating. You just look like an idiot when you're playing, and it doesn't respond well at all. I've played briefly with motion
Ironically,
controls.
you like never feel as unathletic as you connect.
Don't I know, right? They say it totally breaks immersion. You'll be running in place 1 second, and then you'll have to recalibrate. Now, I don't own one because I haven't been suckered into it yet. I don't believe this is where we should be going with games right now. We don't have the technology or the innovation right now. I think we should stick to the controller. And I mean
No,
that's
and developers don't like working. I mean, they've said that over and over and over again.
But yeah, I know, and porting games onto them is really awkward. I don't know. We're gonna see where the Wii U takes it, but I don't think it's gonna be much of anything really.
Well, I think the Wii U is kind of interesting because I think Nintendo's like, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna bring it back to a regular controller now.
No, I have a business plan for Nintendo. I think they should just go back to basics, like with the Super NES. Just a box and cartridge, and your typical AB XY scheme, and like two triggers. I mean, why do we need all this touchpad, motion control, you know, access control shit? It's useless. It doesn't enhance the experience at all.
Well, I think there's two things that are really inhibiting.